Hello, this is High IQ Investing. I'm Nicolo.
I'm Connor.
And today we're going to hit you with the secret sauce here. If this is your first time tuning into High IQ Investing, you missed out on some easy millions because the markets have only been going up.
Yeah, you're not going to want to miss out on this.
So stay with us here. So, Connor, what are we talking about first today?
Can we go back to the markets going up dilemma?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
What are we going to talk about? Well, we wrote a few things down last night. Musk is back.
Oh boy,
that's the biggest news of this week, honestly.
Yeah. What is he doing exactly? What's going on there?
I heard he's launching Kim Jong-un's car into space.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna spit an unpopular angle on this one because we got a lot of people out here saying Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm not really a dictionary kind of guy, so I'm not gonna call him visionary because I don't know what that means. But what I will call him is a look. If you're gonna, what's a roadster worth? Tesla Roadster?
Oh, a Roadster.
That's the car he shot up there, right?
I don't know. I mean, it can't be worth much, honestly.
Can't
it doesn't
be
even have an engine.
You wouldn't shoot it in space if it weren't worth any. Here's what I'm saying. It's not really an incredible achievement, and the reporters agree with me on this one. In an interview, these guys came up to him right after the launch, and they said, Elon, shooting a car into orbit, that's pretty low IQ. And you know what Elon responded? Swear to God. He said to them, a team of NASA scientists couldn't get it done with the Challenger. Call that low IQ. Write that in your lunchbox. He said it.
I thought he was going to say launching a car into space. I mean...
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say, too. Naturally. Because, I mean, as two high IQ people, Elon is supposedly high IQ. You think we'd be on the same brain length? But that's just unique of him to be dropping. So I mean, first the flamethrowers and then launching. And the mannequin? There's a mannequin in the car.
A mannequin.
There's a mannequin. It's wearing a spacesuit.
Was there even a rocket, or was it just a car?
It was just a car.
Yeah, I mean, try launching a rocket into space next time, Musk.
Then maybe I'll be impressed. Maybe, because people have done that.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least precedent.
Yeah, I mean, if he was racing North Korea, sure, cool, but like, I'm not going to go play kickball against a fourth grader and feel proud of myself when I beat him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fair. It's like the Eagles playing the Patriots.
It's like the Eagles playing the Patriots. And that happened as well, I believe.
That did happen as well.
On Super Bowl Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Don't have a good recollection of that, but...
Yeah, Connor's from Philadelphia, so naturally he doesn't remember much of what happened. But I can fill you guys in here. Late Sunday night, the Eagles went up for an underdog victory against the New England Patriots of football.
New England Football Patriots.
New England Football Patriots. And here's a little bit of what happened. They won. And who doesn't love an underdog except for Michael Vick? Everyone was patting these guys on the back. Tom Brady's funeral took place. Aaron Hernandez was supposed to be there for the 21-gun salute, but he was on sabbatical. He was there. He was just in the wrong place on the Z-axis.
I think there's a bit too much shit talking on Tom Brady, though. He has a beautiful wife. He's going to go home and kiss his kid. I mean...
Yeah. And, you don't have to be a Super Bowl champion to be a good guy. Unfortunately, Tom Brady is neither.
Oh, how true that is.
Yeah.
So I think what we're focusing on this episode is... we're going to give you guys a few backup plans in case the stock market goes down. You have to prepare for that. Not that it will happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
And we're introducing a new segment. We might let go of some old segments. We're going to have a long, short segment where we tell you things that are going to go up and down.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna jump right into that because we're here to make money. We're not here to trash Tom Brady. We could do that in our free time.
Mm-hmm. You want to jump into long short or?
Yeah, let's just get right in there. Well, what do you have for us, Connor?
Well, I think we should explain what longing and shorting is for our less investing friends.
I'd argue that's a good idea.
Yeah, so shorting, my favorite thing is when you think something's going to go down, you short it. Longing, think something's going to go up, you long it.
Oh.
Simple as that.
If it's so easy, why doesn't everyone do it?
That's a good question, and not everyone has high IQ. So,
Oh, okay.
first thing that we're going to be longing is crypto.
Ooh.
Little known fact, don't know if you knew it, $1 is worth one Bitcoin. How many is that worth?
A Bitcoin is worth, I don't know, 7,000 US dollars?
7,000?
Wow,
I mean, that's 7,000xing your profit right there.
that's 7,000x. Yeah. If anyone needs some help on maybe an analogy which couch it nicely here. This is like if you go to Trader Joe's and the avocados are 1 for 7,000.
Mm-hmm.
But you're selling the avocados.
Very high expected value. on that
Very
one.
high. You can't lose money on this kind of deal. This is the best trade deal since NAFTA, if you will.
Well, I have some things written down for long short. Would you long or short Reddit?
Reddit. Okay. So there's two takes on this. The short side is going to argue that Reddit is a finely curated collection of stale memes, but the long side has a high IQ. So I'm
Yeah.
going to take the long on this one.
Yeah, I mean, millennials have high IQ. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I was trying to study for a test. It's not something Nicolo's experienced in last night. But Reddit really sucked me in. I tried to give up Reddit one, what's that holiday, Lent?
Lent.
Giving up things?
Yeah. That's
Yeah. I tried to
Lent.
give it up. It sucked me back in. It sucks me back in every year. Every time I'm trying to do something good. Yeah. What did I give up for Lent last year? Do
Oh.
you remember what you gave up?
You know?
I feel like I gave up using my alarm clock.
Yeah.
Probably that one.
I think I gave up trying.
Yeah.
That wasn't for Lent. That was for New Year's.
Yeah. That'll
I
do it.
prefer Lent. Lent is a secular holiday. New Year's is shrouded in superstition. Too much voodoo
Like, when's
magic.
the new year?
Yeah, it's pretty arbitrary. Like, how do you know the Earth went around the sun? You believe everything NASA tells you? Elon Musk would be shaking his head at you. He doesn't have time
Shaking
for
in
you.
his
He's got
boots.
to put cars in space.
Yeah. Not rockets.
Yeah, let me tell you what else we got in the long stack here. Connor, tell me what you think of this. So bear with me here, because things are going to go down before they go up. What I'm about to tell you is it's a hot take, but it's not going to feel hot. It's kind of like when you put your hand under the water, it's so hot you think it's cold, but then
Yeah.
you look down and you got 3rd-degree burns. I'm going to hit you with something a little like that. So I'm saying, bear with me, long Syrian rebels. Bear with me. So I don't know
I'm with you.
whoever was here last week, but our listener base is mostly Philadelphia, but one listener in Syria. And so the interesting thing about that is it might sound like, why are we catering to the Syrian audience if most of our listeners are from the great city of Philadelphia? And I'll tell you why. Because having one Syrian listener means we have a larger percentage of the Syrian population listening than we do of the U.S. population. So we're not playing
yeah.
favorites here. And here's the other thing. I was recently made aware that the Syrian rebels are in the league with ISIS. And, it makes me feel less good hitting them with this sweet, sweet investment advice, because I do want to see him beat Assad, but, like, do you really want ISIS to win? And I thought about this. Here's where the take gets hot, Connor. Here's where it gets hot.
Give it to me.
ISIS, sure, they have a bad rap. They've done a few bad things, haven't we all? But they are the underdogs.
Oh,
And
a true
who
Eagle
doesn't
story.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love an underdog story? Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Everyone else in America loves the underdog. And here we are saying that we're trying to extinguish ISIS. Yeah, no, thank you. I'll pass.
I can't help but agree with that one, honestly. Back to your Syrian point. Our at this current moment, our radio show listener base is more diverse than my portfolio, which I don't know if that's going to be a good take.
Well, what do you got in the portfolio right now?
So to continue with my movie pass shilling, I got 100% movie pass in the portfolio, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's not something we want to. If we're talking about shorting, actually, then that's something we could talk about. But I'm not sure that's.
Let's move on to the next.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking of poker.
Poker.
More specifically, gambling.
Gambling. Yeah.
I can only long poker at the current moment. I mean, what do you think you would have made more money doing in the last week?
Okay.
Buying a plane ticket to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even have to play poker. Go to the nearest casino.
Sure.
Find the nearest slot machine.
I don't even have to leave the airport.
And then just use your intuition on that slot machine.
Okay.
Or invest in the market.
So those are my options.
Yeah.
I can fly to Vegas. All right. Well, how much does this flight ticket send me back? We take Spirit Air because we're not just intuits or high IQ. We are economists.
Probably about $350.
We know how to make money. Probably about $350. That'll set us back $350 because we got to get home. In the slot machine, expected value. So here's a fun fact: the Nevada Gaming Commission makes it so that the slot machines have to pay out a certain amount, right? And if you have good intuition, then you're just going to make money.
You just pick the good machines.
Some machines are just overdue to pay you out.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
And then if you have real good intuition,
How good?
You hit up the poker table.
Ooh.
Nico is a bit of a Rain Man on the poker table.
Yeah.
He can just read people. He can read their souls.
Yeah. We call it the dead soul read.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. Here's another short for you.
Oh, actually, that brings us into our first advertisement of the day. This is an unofficial sponsor. GamblersAnonymous.org. I'm gonna read you the Pennsylvania number. In case you're ever in trouble. Okay, we've got the Delaware Valley Intergroup Hotline number, 855-2-CALL-GA. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
But 855-222-5542. They're taking your calls if you need a hotline or you need to gamble.
Yeah, so this fortuitous timing, we literally just had a couple listeners join us right when Connor was reading that number. I want to clarify, that is not the station's number. That is the gambling hotline. So don't go calling that if you're making money. That's what the number you call when you start to lose money.
Yeah, which shouldn't happen.
Unless you do, which won't happen. That's like, are the markets ever going to go down? No, they're just not. No. That's like saying that the markets will go down. It's just absurd.
Yeah,
you wouldn't say
not
that.
In my lifetime.
Not in my. If you're in prison and you say markets are going down, they're going to put you in psych. Mm-hmm. They're going to put you in psych because that is crazy.
Yeah. If that happens in my lifetime, I'm out.
I mean, it just won't. I don't deal with meaningless hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I deal with meaningful hypotheticals, just not meaningless ones like that.
Mm-hmm.
A little too hypothetical. That's like New Year, shrouded in superstition. I don't like it. What else don't we like here? We're talking about a lot of longs. But
what are we going to short? I don't think. So when I was thinking about this, I couldn't really think of anything to short.
Market's
honestly,
too good
because
market's
just
too good.
Too bullish on the market.
Yeah. If you could short Elon Musk, he's not publicly traded.
Yeah.
If you could short him, if you could find a way to do that, let us know because that's something we would put money on. But otherwise, markets are too hot right now. You don't want to be shorting anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was sitting in video class yesterday, and I was just longing everything that came out of my teacher's mouth. He was talking about Alfred Hitchcock, a little guy named Alfred Hitchcock. Ever heard of him?
I'm more of an investor than a culture guy, but
okay.
I'll take your word for it.
This guy's full of culture.
Oh, okay.
Watched this little movie called Psycho. Saw a lot of parallels between Psycho and myself.
Oh, okay.
A little bit disturbing, but
Sure.
I'll definitely long that one. What else do we got?
I got a short. Actually.
The market?
Not as a
Ludicrous.
Ludicrous. Well, maybe Meek Mill. I don't know about Ludicrous, but let me tell you what to short here. So I'm going to take you guys back to Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, which is when they played the Super Bowl. And we already talked about what happened during that sporting contest, but let me talk to you about what happened after. And this is coming straight out of a Philadelphia resident right here. I'm going to give you the inside scoop. I know you saw the videos. There were a lot of high IQ people out in the streets climbing poles and eating horse manure. But let me give you the hot takes from that night. I'm walking down the street, coming into Center City, very happy that my city is full of joy because that's just good for the market. And I'll tell you what I see. Go ahead, flip a car, right? That's private property. Good for you, you're probably the first good thing you did. Parents are probably proud of you. I don't know. Look, flip cars. I don't care. But the second you climb on that light pole and you disable my stoplight, I'm telling you something. I am not paying 63 cents extra on my quart of orange juice in sugar tax for you to deface public property.
Yeah.
I'm paying that 63 cents. I actually...
Honestly, I thought it was a bit disrespectful that the day after the Super Bowl, all the stoplights weren't green.
Yeah.
I only want to see green lights in my city.
Yeah, how about that? I saw some red, and I'm saying, look, the Patriots lost. If you want to give them a condolence parade, do it in New England.
Yeah, honestly.
Do it in New England.
Keep the greens on, keep the walks on.
Show me that green. Show me that green.
Yeah.
In a city that has gone downtrodden city, sports teams historically underperform. People have been shorting these sports teams since I was a kid, and let me tell you, that's a long time ago. I'm old enough to be Connor's dad.
Yeah.
And look, this is your team, and you are hitting us. It's a double dose of disrespect, and I'm going to tell you why. You know why?
Why?
One, you're not supporting your own team. Show me that green light.
Show me that green light. You want to stop traffic?
That's what I'm there. You read my mind.
Stop stopping your car.
You read my mind.
Stop hitting the brakes.
Yeah. Hello. Why do we need light? It doesn't. You don't need the U.S. Customs and Border Patrol to stop traffic.
Yeah, honestly.
I
can't believe no one's ever thought of this before.
Jeez, it's common. Here's the thing, Connor. It's for us. It's obvious, but it is high IQ. It is pretty high IQ. It's not an easy thing to sit down on your toilet one day and think to yourself, what if I could solve the world's traffic problem?
Maybe when Musk makes it big on Tesla, he'll just remove the brakes from his cars.
Yeah. That's probably... I've heard they did that already. Autopilot.
People probably thought it was a bad thing, right?
Yeah. You know what? You know why? Low IQ. Low IQ. There's nothing you could do about it. It's an epidemic. I personally, everyone has their theories. A lot of people, I think it's the Coriolis effect. I think it's a mix between the Coriolis effect and vaccines. That's why you get low IQ. That's why everyone nowadays is so low IQ.
Yeah. Stop vaccinating your children. I'll say it time and time again.
And stop the Coriolis effect, honestly.
If I could have stopped my own parents from vaccinating me.
Yeah. Here's the thing. As a kid, Connor, I know you were a fighter. But I'm going to say that's partly on you.
Yeah,
I had to say it's partly on you. Because if you can't stand up for yourself, who's going to stand up for you?
No one.
No one. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
All right, so I think that's what we got for longing and shorting. Just to give you a recap, long ISIS and short everything else was the moral of the story, more or less. A lot of the times we're going to make sweeping generalizations. That was not one of those times.
Yeah.
What do we got next? Pretty
much all we got written. Are you looking at OZM?
Yeah, we have one of our personal favorite segments here.
Capital management.
Capital management, yeah. So here's the thing we are going to do. That was unintentional. Here's the thing we're going to do with OZM. For those of you who weren't with us last week, we have this segment where we buy a underperforming, just really bad stock. Why, you might ask? That's a really good question if you have a really low IQ. It should be obvious, but I'll explain it for you.
I'm not asking that question.
Connor didn't
Believe
ask,
me.
and I'm not saying any of our listeners were asking, but I bet you these are going to be on podcasts soon, and there's going to be someone who thought this was like the Bachelor recap because high IQ investing, it's misleading. And let me explain it for them because I bet they listen this far. What the segment is for is when you buy a really bad stock, you can only expect it to go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you paid $2.50 for it, right? That's lunch money in. Actually, where does that even get you? That's half a lunch money.
Lunch money in Detroit.
Lunch money in Detroit. Yeah. So that's you're throwing away nothing. But with that $2.50, you have infinite upward volatility. That means you can make. I mean, that stock can only go down $2.50. But Connor, how much can that stock go up?
I don't know much about math. I'm not a math guy. Took a stat class once. Have a stat class today, actually. Infinity. Final answer.
So let's look at the margins here. Infinity minus 250. That's how much you can make. That's like $1 million. 250 minus zero.
At least.
That's how much. At least. 250 minus zero. That's how much you can lose. That's $2.50. You can make 10 million times more money by buying this stock than by losing it. So here we go, live on the air. I'm going to boot up the old Robinhood. If you don't know what Robinhood is, it is a
You're playing yourself at
high
this
IQ investment application where you can buy and sell shares of any stocks listed on the New York Stock Exchange and several listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. And right now, in front of you guys, I'm going to buy. We bought OZM last week, by the way.
I'd argue that you lost less money on OZM than all your other picks.
That's the thing. On OZM, I bought it at $2.49. It's at $2.32 now. I lost 2 cents.
Yeah.
2 cents. Here we go. Live on the air. I am buying a share at $2.32. I am placing the order, sending it. Order has been received. And bingo, I am now a proud owner of 2 shares of OZM. When I say proud, this is the same kind of proud you are when you have kids that win participation awards. They're still yours, but it's OZM.
But they might as well not.
They might as well not be. Yeah. So that is us buying OZM. We're gonna have another message from our sponsors really quick. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Papa John's Pizza. I'm going off script here, and I'm going to tell you that Papa John's is, I don't know how many of you have heard about the Catholic Church. Papa John's is the Catholic Church minus all the stuff that happened in Spotlight. Really good people, quality ingredients, quality pizza, Papa John's. All right, back to our program here.
I think we should mention that's an unofficial sponsor currently, but we want your help to make it an official sponsor. We're going to be sending this recording into Papa John's, asking for 1, maybe 2 $15 gift cards.
Yeah.
We don't want to get greedy.
Papa John's, if you're listening out there, the address of the radio station is on the South Street Bridge above the Naval ROTC building. You can just make those out to Connor and Nicolo of High IQ Investing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I stumbled upon this tip when I was losing money on stocks, actually. Much like buying OZM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's called, similar to stock market physics, this is a field that I'm pioneering, stock market visualization.
Oh, boy.
Before you buy a stock, you think that stock's going to go up, right?
Naturally.
To be sure, hit up Google Images.
Okay.
Look up green stock charts.
Okay.
Stock charts going up. Exponential growth stock charts.
Okay.
You burn those images into your mind.
Okay.
Similar to stock market physics, go back to the stock that you're about to buy. Stare at that graph.
I follow.
Visualize it.
Okay.
Going up.
Okay. So if I read you correctly here, you're saying I pick a stock. I pick any stock except for Blue Apron because I want to make money.
Yes.
Let's say I pick something really solid like what can only go up? Wynn Resorts. That can only go up. Right?
Wynn Resorts.
Nothing bad has ever happened there. I pick Wynn Resorts and then I Google green stock market graphs, right?
Yep.
I stare at those. What's a good company? I don't want Google. I don't want any trash companies. You look at a company like GE and you burn that into your retinas. You get LASIK, but you treat LASIK like it's a tattoo parlor. You say, Doc, I want some GE on my retina. And then they probably do it because they took the Hippocratic Oath, which means they have to do everything you tell them. Doctors are really, they have to. That's a fact, by the way. Know your rights.
Yeah. This is America, people.
This is America. For our listeners in Syria, I'm not sure that's how.
We can't offer any personal advice to them.
We really can. I don't know what the healthcare situation is there, or what the laws situation is there, or even if you guys speak English. We're still working on the closed captioning, and we're still trying to figure out what language is spoken in Syria, so we can correctly do the closed captioning. We learned a little bit of Spanish in case that's what it is, and we're gonna say just for you right now that if you're trying to short the market, no bueno, market. Muy bueno. Shorting, no bueno. So that's
Como
for you.
estás?
That's for our listeners in Syria. Connor, it's one way. The broadcast goes one way. You can't ask them questions.
Oh, I wasn't trying to ask a question, but...
Oh, is it a figure? So my Spanish is rusty.
Yeah. Como estás el gimnasio?
Okay. I can only guess what that means. And...
I can't even guess.
I'm sure I'd guess incorrectly, so I'm not even going to fathom a guess. Okay, up next we have America's favorite segment, Crypto Corner.
Oh, boy.
And crypto is in a corner.
Yeah. I mean, we already talked about it. Crypto, worth more than the U.S. dollar.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. U.S. dollar we told you time and time again, I'll say it, the U.S. dollar is not a real currency. I mean, if you pay me in U.S. dollars, I'm going to... I just laugh thinking about it. I'm not going to take you seriously. You're not getting any respect from me. You pay me in Bitcoin, I'll give you a discount. I will give you a discount.
Big boy discount.
Big boy discount. That's all there is to that. I mean, crypto...
People are like crying. Crypto's crashing. Crypto's crashing.
Oh,
give me a
my
break.
God. Crypto's crashing? No. You haven't seen a crash.
U.S. dollar is bottomed out.
A U.S. dollar is worth $1. That's less than what Blue Apron is worth. Blue Apron is worth $3 US, and how are you going to tell me the U.S. dollar has value?
Yeah.
The U.S. dollar has always been worth $1 US. It hasn't gone up. Ever.
Can't explain that.
Yeah.
Other than bottoming out.
Call me Elon, but write that in your lunchbox.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You go buying U.S. dollars, don't go crying to me. All right?
I try to, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me mad to think about.
The disrespect you get too when you go and you make transactions on credit cards and debit cards, i.e. not paying with U.S. dollars, you're paying with the plastic.
Yeah.
And then they give you your change in U.S. dollars. Like, no, thank you. I will pass.
We need to get that Bitcoin change back.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. When I was down in Center City after these protests. I guess they were celebrations. I misconstrued
Philadelphia.
What happened. I mistimed it. I thought that the Super Bowl celebration had the 11 p.m. to midnight time block, and that after midnight was open. But they overstayed. And I was down there trying to protest the U.S. dollar, and I thought I was having a very intellectual conversation with this one gentleman wearing a Carson Wentz jersey. I thought he was picking up what I was saying. I was making all these amazing the arguments you're hearing right now. I was making these arguments about the U.S. dollar, and he replies, and honest to God, he replies, Aaron Hernandez saw it coming.
Oh boy! I mean, to be fair, this is a Carson Wentz fan.
Yeah,
not a Big Dick Nick fan.
Yeah. And I'm going to make the argument that if you are going to be up past midnight in a Carson Wentz jersey, something went wrong along the way.
You had it coming.
Between 9th and 11th grade. I'm not going to even take a guess as to what. This is more of a mystery to me than the stuff Connor was saying in Spanish. But it couldn't have been good. In fact, I'm going to argue it was bad.
Yeah. That guy's going to grow up to be a business student. You can say
Absolutely.
that much.
That guy is going to go to the X-University School of Business. He's going to go straight to... He probably thinks he's going to be drafted to the Eagles. I'll be honest. He was a big guy. He probably... I could see him The year is 2026, and instead of being drafted to a respectable team, he's on the New England Patriots, and they're going over the defensive line, and out of him you hear, I don't even know what his name would have been. Yeah. Let's call him Guillermo Smith. He looked like a Guillermo Smith. The hair was signaling that to me, and he's on the line, and you hear Guillermo Smith, University of Pennsylvania State University. And then I say, well, gosh, I misjudged that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to say long him.
Oh, long him.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Because come to think of it, he never said anything good about U.S. dollars. He just, told me that Aaron Hernandez saw it coming.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about.
That's what.
Okay.
That's
I forgot we were in
this.
Crypto Corner segment.
Oh.
That was great, though.
Crypto. Well,
but call me when Bitcoin bottoms out lower than $1.
Yeah.
Just call me then.
I mean, so what you're saying is you're going to disconnect the phone because you won't need it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get any phone calls if that's your criteria for getting a phone call. Not even the robocallers are going to hit you up. And let me tell you, they hit it. Oh, okay. How about that? Connor, I'm gonna ask for your take on this because I have taken this to the Situation Room time and time again. I've sat on it. I've left the house, taken a walk, met someone, gotten married, had kids, raised a family, moved out to the Ozarks and
you still have takes.
And I'm still lost. I'll ask you what the question was. Oh, geez, this is early onset for sure. What were we talking about?
Crypto, Bitcoin bottoming out.
Bitcoin bottoming out. I took something to
Guillermo
the Situation
Smith.
Room. Here's the problem. I took it to the Situation Room, and that's where I left all my notes. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, it couldn't have been that important.
It couldn't have.
It couldn't have been that high IQ, because if it were, it would have earned a higher place in the memory chain. Blockchain, memory chain. Okay. So let's sum up Crypto Corner for everyone, because we just took a left turn down the wrong fork on the blockchain. And to sum it up, crypto, always a good investment. If you have kids that need to go to college in 18 years, just put all the savings in crypto.
Crypto's going on what we call a reverse dip.
Yeah. Some analysts are calling it a rise, but a reverse dip really captures the emotion. It's a roller coaster. In fact, if you're using crypto to save money to send your kids to college, you actually better start making a 10-year plan on having at least 5 or 6 more children, because otherwise, what are you going to do with all that money?
Yeah.
I mean, you can only spend so much money in one lifetime.
I'm going to use that money to buy more Bitcoin.
Huh. Well, that's all for Crypto Corner. Next, we're gonna do one of my favorite segments, and this is a new segment. Oh boy! Wait, folks, we got an update on OZM for anyone that just tuned in. I noticed we have a few new listeners. OZM just took a page out of Elon Musk's book and took a one-way trip to the moon.
The moon.
And they did it without launching a car into space. I bought OZM at $234. Any guesses as to what it is now?
$235.
Connor, your intuition is a gift, I swear.
Oh my God.
Folks, he hit the nail on the head. OZM has gone up a pretty penny. And let me tell you.
I say doubled?
Yeah, you might say that. And unlike the US dollar, pennies have a beautiful inherent value. You can bring them to Disney World and turn them into a souvenir coin, and bam, you have more value than the bona fide American US dollar. So here's a new segment, right? The idea is we have these things set up called exchanges on which you can buy and sell shares of different companies. And this new segment, we're just spitballing here. It's not all going to be gold, but I'm thinking of new places to open exchanges, right? And you got to ask yourself this: why has an exchange not yet been opened on Mars? Connor, I'm going to let you grapple with that for a few seconds. What do you think? It seems so obvious.
As long as I can invest in Tesla on Mars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly the reason you'd want to. And Mars, if we are being astronomically, anemically correct, Mars is closer to the moon than Earth.
Yeah.
Your stocks have a shorter journey to make. to the moon, which is where they're going to go with these markets, if they're already on, hell, put the exchange on the moon.
Hell, that's a genius
put the
idea.
exchange
I can
on-
almost hear the moon people screaming,
Yeah.
buy.
Yeah. And honestly, if you put it on the moon, then you don't have to deal with all the bureaucracy of Mars. You don't have to deal with the U.S. government child trafficking ring on the other side of Mars, the side we can't see, the side they don't want you to know about, the dark side of the Mars.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to deal with that. You don't have to fill out paperwork. You don't have to get filibustered. You put it on the moon, your stocks are all going to the moon because they started there.
Yeah. I mean, they're not
started
going to
there.
leave.
Yeah. Connor, I'm going to propose a name for that exchange. I'm going to
Hit
call
me.
it the High IQ Exchange.
The high IQ exchange.
HIX.
I'm not
Hicks.
in the business of arguing with you. I mean, that's genius.
You're in the business of making money, and that's exactly what we're going to do with Hicks. And let me tell you something else. The first stock that's going to be listed on High IQ Investing Exchange is going to be High IQ Investing.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Ochzif Capital Management.
No, Ochzif Capital Management. The problem there is that you know how much it costs to bring 1 pound of weight into orbit, into the moon?
Is it a Bitcoin type
Bitcoin.
situation?
Yeah, costs a Bitcoin.
7,000, yeah.
I'm not going to carry Ochzif to the moon. They're too heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need something lighter.
Light. Oh, so
We need
free, in
something
fact,
lighter. Free. Yeah.
for listeners.
We need, what are we going to bring? We got the spaceship. We're putting High IQ Investing on it. We can't put Ochzif on it. We can probably put Blue Apron on there. For
That's
sure.
pretty light.
That's pretty light. We can put, what are some other trash company? We could put Amazon on there.
Mm-hmm. We could put Microsoft on there.
God. So Microsoft is, here's the thing. Here's another physics principle for you. Here's a little stock market physics. There's something in physics called buoyancy, which is physics for how bouncy something is. That's what buoyancy is. And Microsoft is almost too buoyant that we'd go up. The moon is above us, right? That's how space works.
Yeah.
We would go up and we try to land, but Microsoft is too bouncy. So we'd keep going up.
Oh,
It's
boy.
too buoyant.
Yeah.
We'd keep going up.
That's bad news.
In the words of Wiz Khalifa, all the way up.
All the way up.
Nothing can stop me.
Nothing can stop Microsoft.
Nothing. Well, speaking of Microsoft, just yesterday, and some may argue the day before yesterday, but probably
Let's
yesterday.
not go that far.
Satya Nadella, the CEO, that stands for the person in charge of everything at Microsoft, was on campus. And here's
Oh.
Connor, I'm gonna give you a take and you play with it here because I might be crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. High IQ, good intuition, not crazy. If you can be flying to the East Coast while you have a company all the way in where are they, in Portland? In Portland, Vancouver.
Might as well be Syria.
Might as well be Syria. If you can do that, then you can't be a good company. It can't be a
no,
good company.
definitely not.
You can't have a good ship without a captain.
Yeah, if you're taking time out of your day to visit Wharton.
Oh, yeah.
Of all schools. Wharton. Disgusting. Yeah, you only have so much time in the day.
Yeah.
You only YOLO once.
Yeah, I've read that. And the other thing is, how are you going to respect yourself in the morning if you're going to spend your afternoons giving talks at the Wharton School?
That does not bode well for Microsoft. That's probably our first short of the day.
Yeah,
Microsoft.
Call me bold, but I'm going to say that Microsoft, that ship has sailed, and it has sailed without a captain.
Yeah.
It's just not a good look.
They're captains at Wharton talking to kids.
And here's the other thing: even if the captain weren't off doing some funny business, giving like talks, pretending to be Oprah Winfrey. No offense, Mr. Nutella. We're being honest with you. We're telling it like it is. Even if that weren't the case, technology is a fad. You know, it's a fad. It's like those diets where you just drink juice. It's like
It's not around forever.
it's just not.
Ever watch Black Mirror?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
High IQ people running that show.
Yeah. The thing is, people, they like technology now. Sure, fine. You win that one. But what about tomorrow? You know? One of these days, people are going to wake up and they're just gonna
Inspired
be
by
bored
the
with
Eagles
it.
rioters.
Yeah, probably that is a source of inspiration if I've ever seen one. And they're just going to be bored with the technology, you know? This radio
Frank, I
station is going
can't
to be on
blame 'em.
pencil and paper in 3 years. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
Guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. And, you know, the people who invented technology, they had a good idea. Their hearts were in the right place.
But downfall imminent.
Downfall imminent. You know, everything, Rome fell.
Built in a day, fell.
Built in a day, fell in a day.
Technology, built in less than a day, honestly.
Honestly, I think Al Gore built the internet in 16 minutes.
Oh, boy.
That's either his Rubik's Cube time or his internet time. One is 16 minutes, one is 2 hours. I'm not sure which one's which.
Not much of a difference.
And to be honest, like, okay, what does the internet do for us? Well, the way I see it, let's just start listing off the things. One, what is Jesus? I can't even think of one thing.
Me neither.
I can't even think of one thing. This is embarrassing for the internet, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it can distract you while you're trying to accomplish non-technology things.
Yeah. I mean, okay, let's compare some things that aren't technology with some things that are not technology. Geez, it's been so long. What is not technology? Boy.
Let's just take a deck of cards.
A deck of cards,
Can
sure.
make a lot of money with
Standard
that.
52 card deck. And let's compare that to Tinder, which is the technology. Hasn't IPO'd, and God willing it won't. But
Yeah.
let's
We will
compare the
not
two.
be investors.
Deck of 52 cards. You can use it in prison. Can't say that about Tinder.
You can hustle people for their money.
Yeah. Well.
We do not advise that.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking more of which one were you talking about, the cards or Tinder?
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah. All right,
Yeah.
bad point. Bad point.
All right. We still got the prison one though, and that's pretty strong because in America, 20% of adults end up in prison, unless you're white. But you know, what happens when white people do bad things in the U.S.?
Well, they're white.
I hear they're thinking about introducing consequences for that, but they think that might be too progressive, so they're gonna slow it down.
They just pull out the green card.
They just pull out the green card. That's right. So, deck of cards is probably that's 1-0, I think.
1-0.
And in most games besides golf, that's a win.
Yeah. Let's stop keeping track of score. That's a win.
Yeah, that's too easy almost.
Do we have any other? I was scrolling through the current event news, but just not sure
anything
that
live on the feed.
there's really anything that can make us money.
Huh.
That's
Well,
the
that's
thing.
Connor. That's a defeatist attitude because I think you're selling yourself short. And well, okay. Here's one for you guys. I was reading reading is not the right word. I use intuition. I don't really read. I was
No reading, folks.
Had Bloomberg up, and naturally, I wasn't. You know, Bloomberg is one of those things. Let me talk to you guys about aesthetic. This is important. We're going to take a break from
Aesthetic?
the usual segments and talk to you about aesthetic. Half of being a high IQ investor is the aesthetic. You don't.
Say the markets crash.
Sure. The market
And you still have the aesthetic. People are going to believe you're making money.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's half the battle. People believe it. They'll just give you their own money.
Yeah.
You can pretend you're making money with it.
Sure.
Maybe buy yourself something good.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be making money behind the scenes as long as people are giving you money.
Yeah. Some would call it a Ponzi scheme, but I wouldn't call it high IQ.
Yeah.
I would call it high IQ. Because here's the thing. Did you know that when scientists at the University of Tel Aviv ran an experiment with an octopus and 32 financial advisors, and on average, the financial advisors did a better job of investing money than the octopus did. And
Really?
Yeah, so that part, I was
Maybe-
hoping,
maybe
I love
hard
an
to
underdog
believe.
story.
Yeah.
I was hoping for an underdog story. But the important thing to note is that the octopus never at any point lost any money.
Yeah. Also, the people weren't giving the octopus money.
That was the other problem. No one, I mean, these people, it's just no intuition. Octopi, how do you have more than one octopus? The thing is, there's no need for a plural of octopus because you'll never see more than one in your lifetime at the same time. So
Truer words have never been said.
yeah. So first of all, you can't make money on that, but just that's something that's important to know if you want to be a functioning adult in today's society. But the important thing to note is an octopus has 8 arms, right? You can hit the buy button at the same time on 8 different stocks.
Yeah, and that stock high frequency trading.
That's high
ever
frequency
heard
trading.
of it?
Yeah. For those of you who only speak in acronyms, that's HFT.
HFT. I heard you read a book on that.
So I did. Yeah. So let me.
I hope it was on audiobook.
It
No
was an
reading.
audiobook. Don't worry.
Okay.
Here's our newest segment, and this might be our hottest one yet. This is the book review segment. The book Connor's referring to
boy.
is called Flash Boys by I think it was Eli Manning or O.J. Simpson. Someone wrote it. It was written by someone. It had to be because the books don't just spontaneously show up, except for the Bible, the good book. That one was just given to humans by the Shiva,
Yeah.
Shiva,
And The Big
Brahma.
Short.
The Big Short
was given us.
The Big Short was also given to humans
By an octopus investor.
By an octopus in the sky. Yeah. So here's the thing. This book was about high frequency trading, and there was a lot of text in it. But what I got from the cover was that high frequency trading is a way to make money.
You can learn a lot
You can
about a book by its cover.
Yeah. Honestly, with good enough intuition, you don't have to even open it. If you can deduce enough from the cover, and that's kind of something we like to do. So that's your book review for the week. I would go out and buy that book and look at the cover.
Don't read the title. Look at the pictures on the cover. If you want to open the book, that's okay, but stick to the pictures.
Well, I'll even tell you what. You're dead right on don't even read the title because I'll be honest, I made a blunder. I read the title before I just looked at the cover and looked at the pictures. And
It's going to cloud your intuition.
It's called. I already told you guys it's called Flash Boys. I don't know how else I'd communicate what the book is. I'm not going to read you the ISBN, but you read the title of that book, and I mean, I thought it was like about the big three: Sandusky, Cosby, and Wynn. Flash Boys, but it wasn't.
It's a little bit disrespectful to Larry Nasser, but
yeah. So titles are kind of in the category of things that mislead you. Yeah. I mean, what you think of guilty, and in that guilty category, what do you see? You see titles,
institutional investors.
We want to be in the innocence category. We want to be imagining, smiling children, O.J. Simpson,
And the little guy.
And the little guy. Us.
The little guy.
Yeah, the little prop shop set up halfway across the South Street Bridge. Let me remind you, though, we are strictly pro bono, community service, public good. Call it what you want, but we're out here for you, the people.
I'm just going to read through the news.
What are
on
our
Reddit.
headlines right now? Because I am thinking not a lot has happened this week. We are overdue for a big piece of news.
Stuff has happened. I don't know if that stuff's going to make us money.
Here,
quite frankly.
Here's what we'll do. Let me, just to prove to our listeners that with the right attitude, you can make money on anything. Connor, read me the first headline you see.
U.S. Postal Service to unveil Mr. Rogers stamp next month.
I'm going to argue that you should read me the next headline you see.
Yeah. Russian hackers found to be targeting U.S. military contractors.
There we go. You know what pays for those contracts? United States dollars.
Yeah.
Right? You had that in Bitcoin.
Imagine the savings.
Yeah. Remember, one Bitcoin is worth $1 US worth one Bitcoin, and one Bitcoin is worth 7,000 US dollars.
7,000 cash.
Yeah, that's in cash. And if you do the numbers,
I don't want to talk about U.S. dollars.
I really don't want to talk about that. But if you do the numbers, military contract has got to be worth what, $100 million? If we multiply that by 7,000, that's like infinite money. That is infinite money. That is
at least $1 million.
At least, maybe even.
Ever seen $1 million?
100,000. I haven't. But that's because all my investments are in.
Oh boy, we are gonna have to short cops.
What?
Next headline: Tennessee sheriff taped saying, "I love this shit" after ordering suspect's killing.
Oh.
Suspect was a white guy. They're starting to punish the little guy now.
Let me tell you something. The year is 2018. It is so hard being white in America. It's hard. It really is.
Absolutely nuts.
It really is. You just can't catch a break. And this just goes to show. So we're going to be shorting cops. That's ticker COPS. Cops, as in Cops, the TV show with the cops.
Yeah.
So, wow. Geez.
Being a white male at an Ivy League university.
That's the hardest, especially if you're straight. Then it goes straight to hell.
Yeah.
It's just not. Someone's got to do it.
There's an LGBTQ safe space. Is there a straight safe space?
Yeah, it's hard. And I lay in bed, and I try not to cry, but here we go again. I try not to cry, but it's just hard, and you have to be so brave.
Tough.
You have to be so brave every day. And I think about those kids, and it gets me so mad.
Lay in bed.
Okay. What's the next headline? Anyway.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Next headline: Danish government proposes ban on full face veils.
Oh jeez. And you thought it was hard being white
You
in
thought
America.
this was a safe space.
Oh my God. Try being Saudi in Denmark.
And just having like a beard
Here's
gets mistaken for a veil.
people tell me right and left, I want to go to Copenhagen. It's perfect there. They're so progressive. What?
Ridiculous. How do you ban something like that?
Yeah, that's like banning like denim jackets. Like if your faith calls for it, then we're talking about veils as in like the headscarves, right?
Yeah,
like hijabs. Okay.
The hijabs.
Yeah. You gotta. I mean. Oh boy.
Here's some news that can make us money. Were you saying something?
No, I don't even want to
Okay.
think about it.
Yeah,
I lost my appetite for investment. Give me something hot.
I feel like we left the studio to a non-safe space. But here's something.
We're bringing you back.
Medical marijuana passes VA Senate 40-0.
Oh.
And you can invest in
marijuana.
this.
Okay. Now, to our listeners, you're right. Yeah, marijuana is the devil's lettuce. But let me tell you something. With all the money you make longing marijuana stocks, you can use that to short marijuana stocks.
Oh.
So, you could actually feel like you're doing God's work.
You can't lose then.
You can't lose.
Say if it goes up for some reason, just don't short it.
Yeah. And it's been brought to my attention. We just received a tip on our tip line that our listeners in Syria, actually, Robinhood doesn't have support for that region of the world. And we're just going to say, I usually don't advise for this, but just if you're in Syria and you're listening, just go online, make a TD Ameritrade account.
Yeah.
That's going to work for you there. That's going to make you a lot of money out there.
You can use our promo code to the moon.
Yeah, that's 2 as in the number 2, the as in the word that precedes moon in this code, and moon as in the word that follows the in this promo code. To the moon.
No spaces.
No spaces.
Special characters.
No special characters. No numbers except for the 2. All capitals. It's real easy.
This headline jibes with letting the white man off easy.
All right.
San Francisco plans to wipe out thousands of pot convictions.
Oh,
The devil's
boy.
lettuce.
That is
Getting a break.
what you are doing right there is Satan's work. You are, oh man, America is going to hell in a handmade handbasket.
Going to hell very fast.
Yeah, good thing we're shorting cops, so they, oh boy. Oh man,
A lot of Philadelphia Eagles news, but
yeah, but what have they done recently?
let's be honest.
Did they send a car to space? No.
No.
Here's the thing. No one riots. No one gives you a parade when you send a Tesla Roadster into space. Where's the equality?
Oh my God.
That ain't right.
I think we can link all of these headlines back to white people being saved by cops. Lana Del Rey kidnapping attempt thwarted by Orlando police. Let it happen, cops. Simple as that.
It's just that simple.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Unless it's the devil's lettuce. Then remove that from your pipe and turn yourself in.
Or wacky tobacco.
We got a few more minutes here, and we want to leave you with some hot takes. So what we've done now is from now on we're gonna save the hot take segment for the end. That way, you're about to go off to your lunch hour, and you can while you're chewing on that white rice, you can chew on some hot takes and financial advice.
If you want advice for some white rice, we endorse Banana Leaf, authentic Malaysian white rice.
To clarify, we endorse Banana Leaf for the culture. The food
And the white rice, but not any other food.
Yeah, the other food. We're not saying it's not good. That might. Are we saying? I think
Yeah, I don't think we'd invest in that.
we wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't short it, but just keep your money out of it. Keep your money out of it. Here's another hot take for you. This is you should. I would say I'm looking outside right now, and I would say short the environment.
Oh, I was gonna say that
Short
honestly.
the
at beginning of
environment.
this. Short the climate change, the weather, the environment.
Yeah, that's. I mean, temperatures are only going up, but I have a feeling come August, late August, early September, it's going down. Temperatures are going down, and by then you want to have no money in there.
It's the natural life cycles of the Earth.
Yeah, it's gonna happen once.
They go up, they go
Twice.
down, like the markets, except for the markets don't go down.
Yeah, the market's going down is such a foreign concept to me that maybe our listeners in Syria know something about that. But if you're here in the United States of what's this one?
Marika.
Yeah, if you're in this country, you've never heard of the markets going down because they don't. They just don't. If they
Not
did,
in our
you wouldn't call
lifetime.
them markets. You would call them gambling.
If they did, you wouldn't be listening to us.
Yeah. So right now we're coming up on the last few minutes. So one last hot take for you. This one's for free, like the rest of them.
Free.
We're pro bono, public good, community service.
I thought this was our job. Oh,
Well,
boy.
yeah, but our job in the sense that we are doing it every
in the name of God.
name of God. We're doing God's work,
Yeah.
is what we're doing. Which God? I don't know. Flip a coin.
Yeah,
Probably Vishnu.
they're all the same.
That's your. Looks like we ran out of time for that hot take, but at least you got yourself some information. Anyway, we hope you'll join us next week for some more hot investment advice. Remember, if you're just tuning in now and you missed the entire show, one, what were you thinking? And two, just put it all on AMD until next week. AMD is America's most trusted bank.
Stop talking bad about ISIS.
Yeah, that too. Honestly, that's just disrespectful. What if someone was talking bad about you like that? You wouldn't like it. Anyway, I'm Nicolo,
I'm Connor.
and this is High IQ Investing, signing off.
See you next week.